family, timing was key when they were leaving Cambodia to escape from the communism during the Khmer Rouge. If they had waited just a week longer, I would have been born and raised in France instead, and maybe then would I like French food like some of you do. When I was a child, I would always hear my father retelling the stories of their escape from Cambodia, and from that I learned how they moved from Cambodia to Thailand, then to the Philippines, to Hollywood, to Los Angeles, and finally in Montebello. I would like to begin with a period of time where my family spent in Asia waiting for their sponsorship to be approved. Being sponsored by my grandma's younger brother, they left Cambodia and stayed at a refugee camp in Thailand for 2 years. After their 2 years in Thailand, they moved to another refugee camp in the Philippines near Manila. Spending their 6 months in Manila, were they able to finally get their sponsorship approved, and they left for the U.S. and they arrived in the United States on June 14th of 1982. In summary, my family, so paralleling how they moved from refugee camp to refugee camp in Asia, they moved from apartment to apartment in the United States for the first 10 years of living in the U.S. My dad often said the first 10 years were a struggle, and the first 3 weeks of living in the United States, they lived in my great apartment where they had to accommodate for 17 people. Without a mattress, they laid down a mat every night, and every person was facing every other way, head to feet, packed into the room like sardines. After the first 3 weeks, they moved out and went to an apartment in Chinatown, Los Angeles, but they only stayed there for a year because it was too expensive at $525 a month. They then moved to an apartment near LA City College, where they stayed for the next 8 years until they were finally able to buy a house in September of 1991. In summary, my family moved past a lot of struggles to get to where they are now. I took this as an important lesson while growing up because I learned that I was lucky to be able to live in a nice house and not have to live in fear or live in poverty like my family did back in Cambodia. The timing is key when you're leaving everything you know to find a better life for yourself and future generations. And I don't take that for granted. Instead, I try to make the time we spend together worthwhile. Thank you.